Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Xu Zhifu. My student number MBAF 2201680. My research topic: the role of the leadership competencies for implementing TQM and empirical students in Chinese film manufacturing industry. Background and context, problem statement, research question, hypothesis, relevance and the importance of the research, operational definition. Introduction. Leadership competencies are the trust, behaviors, and the skill of the leaders that help to contribute to a higher level of the performance within the organization. Leadership competence are one of the most essential attributes of the effective leader. Are with the competence, the leaders within the organizations post a higher level of the ability for the identification and the development of the leaders for the future generation. Leadership competence are one of the most leader factor for the implementation of the title quality management within the organization that helps in the various operation activity of the companies. Title quality management is the process which helps in the detention, reduction, or even mitigation of the error in various operational activities of the company. It ensures the mitigation of the major errors in the process of the human manufacturing, strengthening of the chain of the slapper, and even the improvement of the experience of the consumers. The major object of the title quality management is holding all the members involved in the process of the human manufacturing for delivering the overall quality of the final good or served products by the company. Uh, the The best aim of the study is to focus on the competencies of the leadership that can be helpful for the implementation of the TQM within the human manufacturing industry of China. It will also focus on the effects of the ability of the leaders for the human comment of the TQM within the human manufacturing industry of China. In addition to that, the study will also determine the impact of the leadership on the TQM and the determination of the outcome of the products that have been managed with the help of the leadership competencies within the Chinese human manufacturing industries. Objectives. 1. The analysis of the role of the leadership competence in adaptation to TQM in the Chinese human manufacturing industry. 2. Investigate the effect of the ability of the leaders in implementing TQM in the human manufacturing industry of China. 3. To assess the impact of the leadership competencies on quality management in China. 4. To determine the outcome of the human culture products because of the leadership competencies in the human manufacturing industry of China. Hypothesis. Narrow hypothesis. Hypothesis. Hypothesis 1. No hypothesis. Leadership competencies are significant of the interest in GQM. Hypothesis 2. Narrow hypothesis. Leadership ability effect enhancing TQM. Hypothesis 3. Narrow hypothesis. There is an impact of the leadership competencies on quality management. Hypothesis 4. Narrow hypothesis. The outcome of the human fracture goes in effect due to leadership competencies. Operational definition. The research consists of the variables which are custom focus, leadership, communication, and teamwork. The customs focus refers to the understanding of the customer needs and desire so that they can be placed to meet and excite expectation. Leadership is the person who inspires or influences a group of the people to work ahead in the world of achieving the organizational growth. Communication is the meeting between the sender and the receiver through the communication canvas, where teamwork is the best element of the TQM and which also lead to motivating the team to work and make better decisions. Literature review, present situation, development. The leadership competence in the experiment of the TQM in the Chinese humor factor in industry. The effect of the ability of the leadership in enhancing TQM in the humor factor industry of China. The impact of the leadership competencies on quality management in China. Determination of the outcomes of the human manufactured products due to leadership competencies in the human manufacturing industry in China. Field 1 Research Framework. Methods and source. Research ideas. Research processes. The mood and the approach decidable for the research study will allow the research to implement tools effective for the conversation of the detail as well as effective analysis to enhance its understanding of the issue. For conducting the research, there are various research tools that are used by the researcher for the collection, analysis, as well as the development for paper for the research project. These tools primarily consist for questionnaires, interviews of the analysis of the tracks relevant to the research study. Other for the tools that assist the researcher in conduction research project include library resources for gain the required knowledge of their study topic. Data analysis and result. Detailed analysis assessment. The questionnaire was set considering the objects of the research. Question will set the determine the impact of the leadership competencies on variable like quality management, the effect of the human resource industry, and the total quality control. The participants will grant the option yes or no. Participants will ask to either answer affirmatively or negativity to the questions. The questionnaire was made considering the nature tone of the question, so that the best of the participants can be covered. Each question seek the answer to the single idea. The question will different for one others. The questionnaire was set up the studying the subject matter, considering the core idea of the leadership competencies impact on the TQM, especially on the factory in industry of China. The detail is connected to gain the perspective of the wide variety of practices. In this research, the survey has been conducted among various participants who belong to the human manufacturing industry of China, and they have gained answer according to the question of the survey that will provide to them during the research. This survey is mainly based on the very idea related to title quality management. The question in the survey have helped a lot in revealing that leadership skill and competencies and extremely important for expeditions title quality management within organizations. Where uh, we for question one, where analysis the above detail that is relate to the requirement of the leadership competencies for establishing title quality management. It has been revealed that most of the participants think that leadership competencies are extremely important for establishing title quality management. As per as per the above detail, it has been revealed that more than 15% of the participants have agreed that leadership competence are extremely important for experiencing title quality management. However, about 95% of the individuals do not agree that leadership competencies are important for the establishing title quality management. For the question two, above the graphical representation is related to the importance of the title quality management, and it has had in ensure whether the use of the title quality can lead to long-term success or not. As a pair, as a pair, the above detail about 55% of the participants has agreed that title quality management can lead to long-term success. About 18% of the individuals think that title quality management cannot lead to long-term success. For question three, as a pair, the answer supplemented by the participant leadership competencies has a positive effect on quality management. Up to 55% of the participants answered yes, and 15% answered no. The participant has high hope for the leadership competencies to perform and impact on the quality of the company. For question 5, as per figure 5, 52% of the particulars were affirmative to question number 4, and 80% for the participants we lead negative to the question. The rest of the participants didn't respond to the prayer. The management of the participants agreed that leadership competencies has an impact on the future of the goods. Uh, the T test for the leader competencies or under TQM. This signifies that title quality management is correlated to leadership, which signifies that employers who use the leadership competencies to implement title quality management practice are more likely to become good leaders within the employees who do not pay any attention to leadership competencies will implement title quality management. A T test for leader ability and TQM. This hypothesis has been able to provide proof that leadership is totally dependent on title quality management practices, and firms must focus more and have the leaders who are proficient in using title quality management practice along with leadership competencies. T takes for leader competencies and quality management. As per the no hypothesis, leadership competencies have an impact on quality management. Where the leader carries out their work, play a vital role in the quality management of the company. The ability of the leader to handle their task is important for the management of the quality. He takes for human function goods outcome and leadership competency with the pair symbol test. The mean of the human manufactured goods outcome is compared to the competency of the leader. The value of the mean is checked to find if the difference is zero. This section summary of main findings. This section analyzes the main element of the different finding of different extents of the TQM package size results that are being calculated for the analysis. The adaptation of the tiger companies in China that are being considered with the detail of the TQM implementation within the descriptive of the performance for the organization behaviors impact. There are many comparisons analysis. One is the comparisons with respect to the better performance between the TQM companies and without the TQM companies in China. Essentially, the different analysis of the weapons of the TQM companies adopt a continuous implementation of the improvement of the quality. The provocation of the significance of the continuous need for the improvement of the approach of the quality by the TQM techniques in the categories with the relation. Implication TQM or title quality management can be defined as a statistical approach that significantly aims to develop and deliver higher quality products or services that meeting overall customer satisfaction and demand. This management practice has a greater impact on organizations' leaders, leading them to secure their competitive advancement as well as maintain customer choice and retention. Recommendations and conclusion. Recommendations. Customer satisfaction and retention is a crucial aspect of a business organization. As technology and in industrial development, the expectations of customers are rising with time. Modern customers are fully aware of the rapid development of products and service. Their expectation which demand to provide them with better quality products and service in order to meet these objectives and maintain competitivity advantage in the market. Organization must develop then strategic approach. Therefore, organization need to prioritize improving and evolving their offerings to reach commerce demand. Conclusion. The findings have also granted relevance to various perceptions of the struggle in natural resection. It states that employee involvement and customer satisfaction are some of the most important principles of the TQM. Several others rest a satisfied agreement that improving customer satisfaction can be the first activity to successful TQM operation according to Grappler and Mitchell. Business where organizations focus on customers are their main stakeholder have gained more competitive and retentive achievements that those organizations who process development in international environment. This is reference. As my student life is coming to an end, I would like to thank all my teachers and my classmates who have helped me a lot during my student life. I would like to thank my supervisor, Madam Madalena, for her guidance and guidance in all aspects of the thesis, for the section of the topic, to the conception and the finalization for the thesis, which enable me to complete it the sixth decide. Thanks.